So I was sitting and thinking about what the biggest first issue is of dieting, and that's the diet itself, not working out, not anything. That's dieting. Because you can work out. Working out's a 1 to 2 hour thing, maybe more if you want to get more hours in, but dieting's 24/7. You can't expect to go work out and then go to Burger King, McDonald's, where depends on where you live, but wherever the closest fast food place is, and be like, okay, I worked out, now I can go get pizza or I can go eat donuts. Like that's not how it works. You worked out, now you go home and eat a wholesome meal, so your body gets full, your muscles get the protein they need, and like you've heard from every other person that has ever made a thing about losing weight, the main thing you gotta look for is Whole Foods. You can only do, I would say, chicken, turkey, fish, non-fried, just cooked. Um, broiling is the broiling is the best type of way to cook it. At least I think. Add some garlic if you want. I mean, just make it reasonable, but don't add seasoning salts and all that. It's just unneeded sodium for your body. Salt, even though you may not want to believe it because it tastes good, salt's bad for you. It helps absorb water, makes you bloated. It is what makes you look in the mirror and say, wow, I look bigger than I did 14 minutes ago. What did I eat? Well, there's about 4 teaspoons worth of salt in that meal I just ate. But at the same time, you can't be like, I've eaten good for a week and a half. I can go treat myself to, I don't know, let's say a McDonald's breakfast or a Taco Bell breakfast. You can't do that. You can't just go off and wreck what you did the whole week because one morning you're feeling the need to go fill your fast food addiction. And it's an addiction. It really is because your body, the more you eat it, the less used you are to cooking meals yourself. So your body becomes used to it, which becomes an addiction because you're sitting at home with a bunch of wholesome foods in the refrigerator and you're like, well, I don't want to make food, so I'll just go and get McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever. It's an addiction that way. It's not a hardcore addiction, but it's an addiction nonetheless. Now, I'm not making this video to call people out. I'm not making this video to make you feel like a piece of crap because you ate too much. I'm making this video to make America itself feel like a piece of crap, or the world, because we've exceeded the number of fat people to skinny people in this world, and that's ridiculous. Because people aren't raised right. I've seen parents get little kids, like kids in strollers, medium sized ice creams from Dairy Queen. That's not right. And like kids that are like 5 years old, larges. That's not right. I understand that's how you want to live your life, but I mean, don't you want to live a healthy life, a happy life, compared to a life that's full of misery and always looking in the mirror what could be and being 40 years old, too heavy to walk around in Walmart, so you have to use a scooter? I mean, the reason I think you should only be using those if you actually have a disability. And being fat's not a disability. That's your own fault. And I'm fat myself, so I know what I'm talking about. I mean, you may think I don't, but I do. And like I was saying, with the wholesome food thing, it's a lot better for you than any other thing you can do, because with fast foods, you eat them half an hour, you feel hungry again, you just go on that streak of buying more fast food or eating snacks that are not healthy for you. So, with wholesome foods, you eat it and you feel full to the next meal, if not through the next meal. You may not even eat another meal. And don't eat like you haven't eaten in 15 days. Eat a small portion that's going to fill you up, but not full to where you got to pat your stomach kind of full. Just full so you're sustain. Because throughout the day, if throughout the weeks, if you just eat to when you're full and not to when your stomach's overflowing, your stomach starts shrinking because you're eating less. But it's a healthy amount of less. And also eat your vegetables. The only bad vegetable eating is one not eating. You can eat most vegetables. Well, except for potatoes. Cut those out because those are really high in carbs. Eggs, egg whites, not eggs, eggs whites. Because the egg yolks are high in fat. They may be high in protein, but they're high in fat. 8 egg whites compared to 4 egg yolks. 8 egg whites compared to 4 whole eggs. The 4 whole eggs have more calories but the same amount of protein. 8 egg whites have like no calories and the same amount of protein. So you get twice the amount of food for none of the calories. Sounds like a good deal to me. And besides, they don't taste that bad. I mean, if you want, put some vegetables with it. Chop up some chicken. Put some chicken with it. I mean, it's whatever. It's not going to be the greatest thing in the world. It's going to suck because you're not used to eating those types of food, so it's really going to suck. And especially when you've been doing it for a while, it's going to feel like you have to shove the food down your throat because it just is so bland. But in the end, it will all be worth it because maybe one day you can actually go out and have fun with your friends and eat that thing of fries because you're skinny and you can afford one day or one fry. But now the subject of vegetables. Fruits. There's a lot of fruits you can eat, but don't over exceed because I used to eat a lot of apples and I found out I was working against myself because when you eat a lot of apples, you gain sugars and carbs that you didn't even know you're getting. So you work out, you burn all these calories, you eat like 4 apples, and you put them all back on because you ate 4 apples. I'm eating healthy, but eating a thing that's considered healthy doesn't always mean that you're 100% healthy. There's too much of a good thing. So, like I said with dieting, it's an extremely hard thing to do, but it's a thing that's needed to be done. Because there is a fit in my town where a lot of people are starting to get into working out, which is a good thing. People are starting to get more in shape, which is how it needs to be worldwide, because everyone needs to work out. It's just a thing that everyone needs to do. Everyone needs to be in shape. If everyone is in shape, everyone would be in better moods. And, actually I can't say that. I've seen a lot of in shape people that are in bad moods. But yeah, you could possibly do more things that you want to do. Personally, I don't want to be stuck on the couch the rest of my life because I felt like I would rather eat something that was cheap and fatty than something that was expensive and wholesome. It is weird in this country that all the healthy foods are more expensive than the healthy foods, but it's just part of it. So, yeah, if you want to eat, I don't know, get you have $5 in your pockets, go get a 4 for $4, or I don't know, get 2 patties of grilled chicken. Boom. There's a healthy decision already, and you'll probably feel more full for longer than eating a 4 for $4. So, I don't know how else to put this, but yeah. I've been doing this. You can do this. There is nothing that separates me or you from anybody else. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. Like the guy that is obese to beast. If he can do it, you can do it. There's literally no difference between him and you. The only difference is he had the motivation to do it and you don't, because you don't want to sacrifice something in your life. So you just make up excuses. So instead of making up excuses, let's make up a list of things you can eat rather than fast food. Buy those, cook those, eat those, and drink water. It's the only other thing I can tell you. Literally, I found out that apparently one bottle of Gatorade has the same amount of calories as a McDonald's cheeseburger. So empty calories. So drink water. Drink lots and lots of water. So yeah. That's about all the dieting advice I have, unless anyone wants any more dieting advice. So yeah. The only thing holding yourself back is you. So until you allow yourself to move forward, have fun in your scooter going around Walmart. But for the people that have pushed themselves and got off their ass, let's move forward and let's prosper a better life. Prosper to a better life and a healthier life.